And for the next fight up the card, we got Omari Akhmedov, 21-5-1, fighting out of Russia, taking on the old veteran Brad Tavares, 18-6, fighting out of Extreme Couture. For Omari, 33 years old, 6 foot tall, 73-inch reach. For Brad Tavares, 6'1", 74-inch reach, 33 years old. Starting out here, reeling from 2 consecutive knockout losses, has Omari. He's battled his way back into contendership with a 6-fight unbeaten streak. Though he did prove unable to overcome Chris Weidman back in August. A second round tap out of Tom Breeze got him back on track, and then to earn him his first stoppage win since 2015. He has knocked out seven of his foes coming in here. Now, more than a decade into his octagon career for Brad Tavares, he's only lost since 2015 that have come against division standouts like Robert Whitaker, Adesanya, Shabazian, like we were talking about earlier. So, though he did spend more than 1 year on the sideline after his most recent defeat, he did cruise past Antonio Carlos Jr. to re-enter the win column. So, He'll have a 1-inch height and reach advantage on the Wolverine. On paper, Akhmedov is the exact sort of fighter that Tavares thrives against, though. The Hawaiian is a rock solid with takedown defense. He has a strong striking, and it should allow him to shut Akhmedov's grinding attack down. But for Akhmedov in his recent run, he's largely came against people that he can kind of overwhelm, and especially with top position, which I don't know if he's going to be able to do that against Tavares. But that being said, to make matters worse for Akhmedov, Tavares' cardio is definitely outweighs him hugely, and I think that may make the difference. I do like Akhmedov to get the win here. With all that being said, I do see the Dagestani coming out with the victory. But if he fades in that third round, Tavares can definitely come up with a stoppage. But I'm gonna pick Akhmedov in this one.
Yeah, this one's a hard one to call because we kind of know what's gonna happen in the beginning. Akhmedov kind of fights like Oleinik in the heavyweight division. Kind of fights like that, man. Except he doesn't have a deadly submission game like he does. You know what I mean? He will come in winging bombs. Looking for that takedown and looking for, the basic chokes, the head and arm chokes, and, take a back or something like that. But it's going to be really hard to do against Tavares. Tavares was showing some, almost improved takedown defense in his last fight against ACJ. And we've seen, Antonio Carlos Jr. come out in PFL looking pretty good. So, his takedown defense is holding up. He's stuffed. I couldn't even tell you how many of Junior's shots he stuffed. It was damn near all of them, I think. And it was a good performance. And coming into this one, I think he's gonna be upright for most of the fight. I do believe Akhmedov is gonna look good in that first round. But as far as as the fight wears on, he's gonna slow down, and that's when Tavares is pretty much gonna take over. So. That being said, it's kind of it's almost like the fight later in the card with like Ryan Hall. It's almost like a sub or bust to me. Like Akhmedov gotta get him out of there, or at least grind out 2 hard rounds that are that aren't close. You know what I mean? Like they gotta make sure that, he gotta look like he's dominant in those rounds. But he fades, man. That last 2 minutes of the second round, he could very well get finished. The third round's very live for a finish. For Tavares, I feel like, just because his cardio, man, Akhmedov's cardio is just, it's not there in that last round, and Tavares is. Tavares is a vet. Usually Tavares is only fighting like at max 2 times a year, and you know what I mean. So he's always coming out of like a ring rust almost, but he's fresh off a win just 6 months ago. So that's a fast turnaround for him. So. I believe Tavares is gonna take this one.
And they got the line set on this one for Akhmedov at plus 140 and Brad Tavares the favorite at minus 170. So yeah, I mean, the line set is leaning towards Brad as well, which I definitely think I agree with you. It will go better for Brad as the fight goes on. However, I'm gonna go Akhmedov with for my pick here, and you're going Tavares, correct?
Yep.
All right.
So this first one, I think we're separate on.
Yeah, first one we're going against each other on here for the card, but it should turn out to be a good fight here.